This is Ellison with Techie Tactics, and today I'm going to be talking to you about something that I've heard about a lot lately from a couple different businesses, which is also hitting on a favorite business principle of mine, which is losers have goals, winners have systems. It's something that I heard first originally in Tools of Titans by TimFerriss, and it was stated by ScottAdams, who is the creator of the Dilbert cartoon. And kind of what it's about is doing things in a way so you're not just going after one singular goal. You're kind of building a system so you kind of create or get more effective or efficient at all these other skills that are going to help you with other things further down the line, rather than just saying, oh, hey, I need to achieve this one goal right here. I can do things in a way that are going to help me get better overall and more effective, and there's going to be a longer term implication with that growth and that gaining of skill sets. So to me, when it comes to succeeding in life and business, everything is about systems, everything is about processes. So in particular, you're working on things that are really going to move the needle for you as compared to doing things that are going to keep you kind of in the muck and the minutiae and the details that aren't really going to help you at all. So you might be familiar with something called decision fatigue, which is basically that your brain is about 2% of your body's mass and yet consumes about 20% of your body's available energy. So decision fatigue is very real. So it's just hitting on the further importance of really being focused on the things that are really going to move the needle for you, as compared to working on the tasks that don't really help and just kind of waste your time and don't really do anything for you and don't really help you gain overall. So for me, processes and systems were something that was really hammered into me from a previous managing director who was always about processes, process. Is it accounted for in the process? Is it in the process? What are we solving for with the process? Why isn't it solved for? Is that accounted for? And all these different things, process, all the time. So I was involved with that as far as kind of learning how to run reports for global expats and kind of breaking all those tasks down, understanding how to do them, as well as kind of accounting for those different KPIs with the clients and how to account for those as well. So that's something we've already done. That's something that I love doing. As well as, in particular, I keep on hearing from businesses and agencies and startups the importance of having those systems and processes in place as they grow. For one, to make sure that no work is getting dropped as you gain more clients and different things here and there and more customers, but also ensuring that the customers that you have are still getting the results that they need and kind of the customer care and the customer service that they should be getting. So there are a number of ways to do that. So first thing, as far as project management, making sure that everything is getting done and done on time, you can use a project management software, something like a Trello or like a Teamwork or something here and there, to kind of make sure that everything's being checked off, everything's being done, and everything's being done on time. As far as going through a process and be more efficient with that, you can do a number of different things, from timing how long each task is taking in a process if you have a team doing it, to even going through every little part of that process and kind of defining it, what it is, how to do it, etc., etc. So what's going to happen with that? Well, pardon me. What that is going to do is, while it might be an investment on the front end, it's going to help you on the back end, because for one, you're helping your workers think about how to be more effective and more efficient, and kind of teaching them about how to go through a platform, or let's say Excel, a little bit faster, as well as now you can delegate that to other members of your team. So if you're like a manager or something, you don't have to work on that task. You can now delegate that out to somebody else, and you can, or other members of your team can really focus on the things that are really going to be the game changers for you or for the company or whatever have you, rather than getting caught up in the details. As well as you cross-train, you help your employees grow and learn more, which I think nowadays more so than ever, people want to work at places that they can grow with and they can increase their skill set. People don't want to go somewhere just for a paycheck. As well as if you're focused on those more game-changing activities, you're also hitting on another business principle of mine, which is one of my favorites, which is ParetosLaw, which is in essence saying basically the 20-80 rule. 20% of what you're doing is really leading to 80% of your results. So it again strives for knowing the importance of certain things really are game changers for you, and a lot of stuff that you're doing is kind of wasting your time and not as important. They might be important, but they're not as important as these 20%. So as far as kind of learning how to improve that process, let's say, or like a system or processes, what you can do if you want to get better at it is that, let's say you time everybody and how fast they're going through, and you have, let's say, 3 people on your team or 5 people on your team. You take, for one, you can have like a master brainstorming session with everybody where everyone kind of walks through it and everyone kind of learns just how to get better and how to be more efficient. And obviously you're going to have your top person kind of explain things a little bit better as far as shortcuts and different things that they do to go faster. So hopefully those people who go through it a little slower can learn, and again, that's going to make them happier because they increase their skill set, they think about efficiency a little bit more, and they're a little bit more efficient. And if you didn't even want to do that, if you had to do things another way, what we can also do is you can just have those two, like the fastest person talk to the slowest person. They can go through things together, so you don't have to waste or talk to these other people who go through it as much, or they're not as fast, but they still do okay. And maybe you can delegate the slowest person to explain it to the next person, farther up. So you can kind of not have to use everybody's time at the same time if you have to be wary of that. As well as if you wanted to, you can also have the person that's the fastest shoot something like a Loom video and explain every little shortcut that they're doing on that process, and then he can pass that off to another, like the slowest person on the team or other members of the team, as long as they can explain things well. So let's say you have this person shoot the video first thing in the morning and then works on another task in the afternoon. This person is working on one task over here and then looks at the video in the afternoon. They don't even have to meet, so that can possibly make you even more effective and productive overall, which in this type of environment, you need to make sure that you have an environment of growth and learning and being able to admit, oh, hey, I'm not 100% sure on something. I'm a little uneasy about this one, like software platform. I'm not sure how to do that, which you definitely need to have that type of fostered learning environment instead of a very hyper-competitive one, because if it's hyper-competitive, people are going to be less likely to kind of raise their hand and say they don't know something or they're unaware of something. They're less willing to admit their mistakes or different things here and there, and I would argue that that's not a good environment. That's a toxic environment. And again, if you want to use that video, it can be like a Loom video. You can be more productive. So it's going to help your employees think about how to be more effective, more efficient, and more productive overall. It's going to help them learn. It's going to help them grow. Which now, if you kind of broke that down properly, you didn't just create a process to improve at that process. You created like a meta process on how to get better at processes as a whole. So now you don't just focus on this one process right in front of you. Now you can possibly take that system and implement that way of learning to these other processes to get more efficient at those. So now you didn't just achieve that singular goal. You had your employees think about efficiency overall. You had them learn how to grow and get better, which is probably going to make them happier, more productive, and different things here and there. And even then, they might consider different ways to be more productive in how they approach their work. Let's say they worked on it like in the afternoon, and they kind of say, oh, hey, I should have worked on this first thing in the morning because it took me longer than I would have liked, and if I had done it first thing in the morning, I might have gone through it faster, whatever have you, as well as they might start thinking about things like time blocking or blocking certain like distractions or things here and there. So you're also making them think about their efficiency and making them better and more productive and helping your bottom line as well. So overall, it's a way to create a system that can help you be more efficient and productive. And as far as to me, systems are extremely important. Processes are extremely important. They allow you to kind of go through things faster, delegate, be more efficient, and be more lean as a company. So definitely will help you overall. So I definitely hope you have some takeaways from that. I hope you can definitely learn and implement some of those ideas, and thank you for listening.